events have gotten too industry specific and it is stopping a lot of collaboration. One of the reasons we built Small Talk is because great people were solving great problems, but they were doing it in isolation. Event planners talking to event planners, creatives talking to creatives, founders talking to founders, you know the game. And there is a lot of magic to happen when those worlds collide. So tonight we brought together entrepreneurs, creatives, venue owners, event planners, all to meet in what we call Small Talk, to speed, network, and social. So here are some of the conversations that stood out.
My name is Colin, and I am a founder of my own law firm. So my law firm focuses on estate planning and business law.
What has been the biggest hurdle for you into making this transition into owning your own law firm?
Yeah, so previously I was at a law firm. I was working with an incredible team, but the hardest part really was leaving that and starting my own thing. I'd always, wanted to be an entrepreneur, but leaving the stability and the predictability was something that was hard to step out of. And so it was scary kind of, doing this, not knowing what to expect, not knowing, how it would go. But that, I would say that would be the hardest part.
And I see you are at an event right now. How does that process go, putting yourself out there?
It's scary, yeah. I have to be honest, I think always kind of nerve-wracking to put yourself out there like that, but I'm meeting incredible people, so I'm glad I'm doing it.
Nice, that was good. So here's another perspective.
I'm currently an accountant. I do auditing for the state of Louisiana, but I definitely want to be in the event industry. I've always had a passion for it. I love it since high school, but I've never allowed myself, or my fears really hold me back, financial fears hold me back, into really stepping into that field.
So the accounting profession, it has made you naturally reserved?
I've always been a more reserved person.
Okay. And with the events, it's good to see somebody who is an aspirational event planner coming to the events. And so what are some of your steps that you are taking right now to get towards getting into the wedding industry?
I definitely, being here, places like this really help. Getting to know people. I've actually made contact with, somebody has referred me to 2 other people, so it's really helpful.
Already? Today?
Yes.
The event just started 30 minutes ago. That's amazing.
It's really helpful.
What's one thing you wish you had help with?
I think having help with finding a mentor, definitely. I think that would have helped me in the past greatly, would help me currently and in the future as well.
This was an interesting takeaway. I want to talk about the specific shift in your mindset from you running your business to I now want to coach.
So I think the mindset that I had was, honestly, can I be real? was I am not wanting to do hair for the rest of my life. And I want to help other people grow and develop their business, especially people of color, because I feel like we don't have that type of mentorship. We don't have that foundation. So we just kind of find something we love doing and we just jump into it, not understanding business. And since I was able to develop my business over the past 12 years, I know what it looks like. So I'm like, this is an avenue that I can take. So I'm not behind that chair anymore and helping other people in the same process.
We heard this theme come up several times. And how often are you out at events?
Recently, not so often, but I want to put myself out there more, so it will be more often.
What made you decide to come to this one?
My mentor, she was like, "Here's the event that's by you. Go."
Oh, they doing that? They going out there researching and sending it over to you?
She want to make sure that I'm in good hands and make sure that I'm doing very well.
Do I know this mentor?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, at least you got a video. It's like, yo, I was there.
Yes.
So Ash, I know you're big about events. I know the workshops have been good for your business. And you use Eventbrite to find events to go to. What are some of the things you look for when you decide on what events that you end up attending?
Well, that's a good question. Some of the things I look for are what type of industry is attending. Is it healthcare related? Well, that doesn't necessarily apply to my business. Or like the event tonight, it was a bunch of entrepreneurs and consultants and creatives, and I thought, that's perfect. So really that has a lot to do with it. I look to see who's coming, or at least what type of industry, where it's located has a lot to do with it.
Especially in Houston.
Yeah, in Houston for sure. Like how hard is it going to be to get there? And also cost,
And I know when we were talking off camera, you said you went to my page and you watched each of the videos. So is that how your process goes? You go do due diligence, you see who's throwing an event, and you start going down the whole web?
I do. So that is what I do. I do a lot of researching. I first start on the actual, event to see what's listed there. Once I get the name of the company, I'll actually research the company, look at social media profiles to see if they have a website. And then I look at reviews. I look to see reviews of the company, what other people are saying, or Reddit or other platforms. And just feedback about other events. I'll go to social media like Instagram, TikTok, just to see what other people are saying,
Man, online brand is absolutely necessary.
Absolutely.
It's helping people get outside of the house.
It's differentiating my work from any other influencer or content creator.
And so it seems like you understand the problem. What is going to be the way you get a chance to circumvent that?
That's a really great question. I think it's going to start with me telling more of my own story, funnily enough, is getting in front of the camera. Yeah, that's going to be a hard one. But I think building a personal brand allows people to see how you're approaching the ask and the request and the opportunity for collaboration authentically. And I would like to think that I'm a very authentic and organic person. And so being able to translate that on camera, I think will make people feel a little bit more comfortable.
I completely agree. And you're here at this event tonight, small talk event.
Yeah.
You're out here networking. What made you decide to come out to the event tonight?
So honestly, when I looked on Eventbrite, I saw how cool it looks in here, and I was like, oh wow, I can pitch my business. So that's what made me make the decision.
And what made you even go to Eventbrite to even look for an event to go to?
That's where I go, to look for events.
One thing I love about these events is that nobody has all the answers, but when you bring enough creatives into the same room, patterns, they start to emerge. You start hearing similar challenges, similar opportunities, similar ideas. And oftentimes the person sitting across from you have already solved the problem that you're working on. And that's why we continue running Small Talk. It's not just for the networking, but for collaboration, idea sharing, partnership opportunities, and just overall collaboration. If you would like to connect with other creators, event planners, and entrepreneurs, we would love to see you at the next Small Talk social event. And if you're currently trying to grow your business, grow your audience, grow your brand, we put together a free assessment. It's a Railz hospitality assessment, and we can dive into what some of your challenges, opportunities are. And you can find the assessment and the next upcoming event in the description below. Hope to see you at the next Small Talk.